our culture is competitive, man.
Right.
It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense.
First of all, that vote is fake that's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings.
Cowboy Carter. Beyonce. No.
It's the price you pay, when you're early in your career, you feel that you have to listen. And when you buck, they buck harder and they make threats. And those threats are huge ones.
50 Cent and Eminem are finally joining forces, and they're coming straight for Jay Z and Beyoncé. They're calling out some heavy allegations: shady deals, stolen credit, award show rigging, and an alleged trail of ruined careers. This isn't just smoke. It's starting to look like a 5-alarm fire. 50 is claiming Jay Z is still out here trying to block his business moves even now. And Eminem, he's been warning people for years about how dark and dirty the music industry can get. Lately, he's been slipping cryptic bars into his tracks, dropping hints about powerful gatekeepers pulling strings behind the scenes. But it doesn't stop there. Beyoncé's getting hit with serious accusations too. She's being called out for allegedly stealing songwriting credits and supposedly blackballing other women in the game. Names like Aaliyah, Maya, Mary J. Blige, and Carrie Hilson keep coming up. Women who were climbing high until suddenly they weren't. And you thought that was wild. Jay and Bey's tight connection with Diddy is raising eyebrows again. Jay-Z may have swerved that lawsuit filed by Jane Doe, but now the alleged victim is hinting she was pressured to stay quiet.
When you're not competing for those things anymore, you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what went through with Joe.
Right after some sketchy people popped up at her doorstep. That's next level scary. So now the question's burning hotter than ever. Are Jay-Z and Beyoncé really the power couple they pretend to be, or just masters at cleaning up every mess behind the scenes? Have they been sitting on top while stepping over bodies to stay there? And do 50 Cent and Eminem actually have the inside scoop? Are they exposing a system that's taken down artists, careers, maybe even lives? For years, Jay and Bey were untouchable music royalty. Saying anything bad about them meant instant backlash. You'd get labeled a bitter hater. But now, that carefully polished image is cracking badly, and leading the charge with no fear are 50 Cent and Eminem, pulling back the curtain on the so-called king and queen of the industry. Let's kick it off with 50 Cent because he's not holding back. He's calling Jay-Z insecure, jealous, and straight up petty.
Look, Jay Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No. I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You start looking at that's not mine. That's theirs. They harbor it, right? But when you look at M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself, like I'm a shady aftermath. You see what I'm saying? Like, it do so much G-Unit Records.
Right.
They forget that I'm M and Dre's artist.
Back in 2023, 50 claimed Jay tried to block him from hitting the Super Bowl stage by pulling strings through his NFL connections. Wild, right? But Jay's plan totally backfired because Eminem wasn't having it. He straight up told the NFL, no 50, no Slim Shady.
Things like that. This is why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing, right? With the Super Bowl, because he was doing like,
go ahead.
He was doing some wild because he was saying that to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me, and I'm like, well, what's the issue? Why don't I have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance? Like, makes no sense.
So I was going to get to that later, but since we're here now. And when he says "oh boy" for the audience that I'm talking about Jay-Z, this was discussed before. Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
threatened. Possibly.
Not even threatened. I think it's just when you take the competition from Look, our culture is competitive, man.
Right.
It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5,
Right.
and you still competing. It don't make sense. Like, what are we competing for? What's the goal? Like this even like a lot of even a lot of the competitive stuff, or what we would call it beef, right?
Right.
It changed. That terminology changed when it's Biggie and Tupac, because we start saying the things that people would say that cause beef in the environment.
Right.
When before that they called it babbling in our culture.
Right.
Right. Because that's what it is until it turns into some street shit. So when you're not competing for those things anymore, and you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what went through with Joe.
That move alone exposed just how far Jay was willing to go to keep 50 out the spotlight. According to 50, Jay's still out here playing dirty behind the scenes, not just in the music biz, but in the boardroom too. And the craziest part, 50 said Jay has already proven everything he needed to, but he's still allegedly trying to ruin his deals just out of spite. Now, 50 and Eminem are linking up to expose what they believe is major Grammy rigging. 50's pointing fingers at Jay for using his marriage to Beyonce like a cheat code to win awards. Meanwhile, Eminem's been screaming for years that the Grammys are a scam, a pay-to-win setup. And when Beyonce finally snagged Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter, not everyone believed it was earned. Fans started whispering that Jay pulled strings again, especially since he got on stage at the previous year's Grammys and dragged the Recording Academy for snubbing his wife. But here's the twist. Fans weren't buying Jay's speech. It felt fake. He was up there clutching an award while blasting the same people who gave it to him. Like, if the Grammys are so biased, why show up at all?
Trey Young, thank you, sir. All the doors that you opened, showed us that we can be rock stars. Seeing you on the Rolling Stone. Obviously, there's Run DMC with the Leathers and the Aerosmith. But when you came out west, you took it to a whole new level. Some of you don't belong in the category. Oh, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell it.
Why not walk away and prove you don't need their stamp of approval instead of begging for it on stage? The whole situation just felt off, and it only made the whispers louder. Are the Carters really climbing the ladder with talent, or with blackmail and big money moves?
But you feel like you had to sell your soul to get them. And you didn't know if you wanted it for the recognition or the trophies, but then what's the difference? And at Grammys pretty much suck the blood of artists and nominate them, have them come to the shows, and
which they do. They do it every year, yeah. And I'm just tired of seeing it. And for whatever reason, it's like they're always pitching this hint that you might win Album of the Year, which used to be a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal now.
For years, insiders have said the Grammys are more about industry politics than actual skill. And one of the loudest voices screaming that truth is Eminem. He's been saying for ages that the Grammys are nothing but a scam. He even vowed to never show up again. And he meant it. But don't get it twisted.
Watch 50. Same. 50 did not win Best New Artist at the Grammys.
There was nothing bigger than 50.
Nothing bigger, and nobody since maybe like Snoop came out the gate like that. My first album didn't do it. I never saw someone's first album and the wave happen like he had. And then he doesn't get it. And then I get up there another year, and what was it, the Eminem show? And it was like, whatever. I'm fine if I lose to Kanye or someone that I'm like, okay, I respect that. I know who that is, and Kanye has a huge following and he's made a massive impact on music. Fine, I'm good with that. But don't get us all here to use your selling point for your show and stiff everybody every single time. And I said, after that point in time, I was like, don't ever ask me to here again. Please do not ask me. My answer is no for 100 million years. Never again will I go to.
He's not just mad about losing. Eminem has always said if another artist actually dropped a better album, he'd be cool with it. What really gets under his skin is the way the Grammys use him. hyping him up, pushing his name in all the promos, making it look like he's got a real shot at winning just to boost views. Then when it's showtime, boom, he's shut out like he was never in the race. It's all smoke and mirrors. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is backing him all the way and throwing even more shade. He didn't just call the Grammys rigged. He flat out said Jay-Z's wins ain't about the music. According to 50, Jay's bagging those awards thanks to his marriage with Beyonce. He claims the Recording Academy knows exactly what they're doing. As long as Jay and Bey show up, the cameras flash, ratings explode, and the show goes viral.
Consider, joining the board and maybe you have a vote in it?
First of all, that vote is fake. That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings. This got critical acclaim, but it sold 2 records. It ain't about always what you sell. I get that. Vanilla Ice, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But there comes a point where when an overwhelming something comes along that has this wave and impact on music, and you give it to Lada Dottie. Who? Lada Dottie. It's only Lada Dottie.
So what's the play? Keep nominating them, keep awarding them. They don't sing, they don't rap, yet they already have Grammys. To many, that says it all. The Recording Academy hands them trophies, not just for their music, but to guarantee they'll show up to the award show. The Carters' presence alone secures headlines, ratings, and cultural dominance. But 50 Cent wasn't finished. Not even close. On his recent stop at the Flagrant podcast, he doubled down hard. He claimed Jay-Z's whole empire and all those Grammy trophies aren't really about talent. In his view, it's about who Jay's married to. He even went so far as to call Jay and Beyonce's marriage a contract, one designed for image, power, and trophies. He argued that once Jay signed that contract, the Grammys started rolling in left and right.
We started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, 1.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the things they would. Later, to me, I didn't care about trophies. I said,
Before Beyonce, Jay had only a handful. After Beyonce, the count skyrocketed. And it's not just 50 saying Jay plays dirty to stay on top. Insiders have whispered for years that both Jay and Beyonce allegedly block other artists from rising, ensuring nobody outshines them.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he didn't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on. You're not wrong.
He was
At
one.
the same time,
He's like drinking his pictures with him like it's the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got. Oh, wow. So that's the deal.
Yeah, that's the deal. Like, the other ones didn't count as much as that one did.
The most chilling claims came from Beyonce's former bodyguard, Uncle Ron. Before his sudden death from pneumonia, he went public saying he had proof that the Carters destroyed careers, ruined lives, and silenced rising stars.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Hey, I get the threats. But you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are. How you stepped on many people Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something.
All to secure their throne. He accused them of ending Carrie Hilson's career, among others. The timing of his death left many questioning if he knew too much. Jaguar Wright, once a background singer for Jay Z, has become one of his fiercest critics. She's claimed that people close to Jay, including Harlem legend Big L, either lost their lives mysteriously or saw their careers disappear just as Jay's was blowing up.
The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as that was with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you,
Rest in peace, Big L.
rest in peace, Big L.
One of the
That was the
dopest.
sense
One of
that
the dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know,
Big L, one of the most promising talents of the early 90s, had landed a deal with Columbia, started his own label, and was on the brink of success when he was gunned down in 1999. The case remains unsolved, but suspicions around Jay have never faded. Then there's DMX, one of the only rappers besides 50 who openly confronted Jay-Z. X long believed Jay was jealous and bitter. And when Jay became president of Def Jam in 2004, DMX's career suddenly hit roadblocks. Despite delivering 5 straight #1 albums, his 6th project was held back under Jay's watch. Something X always suspected was sabotage to clear the stage for Jay's own comeback. He later exposed the industry's dirty secrets in his track, The Industry, confirming what many already feared. Success wasn't about talent. It was about politics and power. Even insiders like Irv Gotti admitted Jay laughed off DMX at first, never believing he'd blow up. When X did, the tension between them only deepened. The same pattern shows up with Beanie Siegel. He revealed that Jay constantly overshadowed him by dropping albums right on top of Beanie's releases, stifling his growth. Beanie admitted his own mistakes, but he insisted Jay's tactics weren't accidental. Every move was calculated to keep him from rising too far. And let's not act like Beyoncé's innocent in all of this. While some claim she's just Jay's puppet, the reality suggests she's a willing partner. Together, they've allegedly run the industry like a chessboard. When Beyoncé went solo, rival artists suspiciously started vanishing. Amory was one of them. Her breakout hit One Thing had the same vibe as Crazy in Love. But after producer Rich Harrison shifted his focus to Beyoncé, Amory's momentum fizzled. Fans still whisper that her career was sacrificed to fuel Beyoncé's rise. Carrie Hilson faced a public and brutal takedown after allegedly being set up to diss Beyoncé on a track. Whether intentional or not, the fallout was devastating. The Beehive swarmed, and whispers claimed Beyoncé had insiders pulling strings in Carrie's camp to make sure her reputation crumbled. Carrie herself later admitted she was pressured into the move and that the threats she received afterward were very real. Then there's Kellis. She accused Beyoncé of outright theft after Milkshake was sampled on Renaissance without credit. Kellis only found out after fans pointed it out online. She blasted Beyoncé for lacking integrity, calling it yet another example of industry bullying and silence tactics. Instead of apologizing or owning up, Beyoncé simply pulled the sample from streaming platforms and moved on without a word. So the real question is, are the Carters untouchable music royalty, or just masters at cleaning up every mess while stepping over bodies to stay at the top? If there's someone we missed, drop their name in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more stories that blow the lid off the music industry.